All right, YouTube, what's going on? We got an unboxing today. Pretty awesome. Super excited. Unboxing knife is the Benchmade Bailout. Just got this knife again for the second time. I got this in a trade, and I removed the pommel, and the glass breaker, and it makes this knife feel so much better. But anyway, let's get into the unboxing because this is a super special unboxing for me. I mean, I'm pretty hyped about what a lot of us would call a Grail knife. You know, this is definitely one that I didn't know was a Grail knife. Kind of always wanted one, but they were really expensive, and I thought the size was too much, you know. But then I got to handle one in person, and I thought, oh man, I got to get me one of those. So I've been on the hunt for one, which is part of the fun, right? The hunt, that's all part of it. And found one for, I think, a reasonable secondary price. So let's get into it and see what it is. The suspense is killing you, I can tell. They shipped to UPS, which I guess is safer, but Judas, it took a long time. Priority mail, man, it's hard to beat because of how quick it is. So, but let's take a look and see what this is. Oh, you might have gotten a sneak peek there of what this guy is, but this is a Koenig knife. And this is an Arius, guys, M390 Gen 4, made just back in April this year. So it's really new. Comes in its nice little cloth. Oh boy. So I blame Jake at Bearded Gear for this purchase. So you're financially viable. I kind of know if that's the right word for this, because I handled his Arius when he was out here visiting Utah, and I've always wanted to, and I got it in hand. I was like, holy crap, these are such nice knives. This one's got a freaking dial, the D10, man. So it is a little bit larger than I want it to be, but it's so light because all the Gen 4s have the lightning pockets that it feels so good in the hand. It's like just such a comfortable ergonomic knife that I can handle that little extra length. That's what she said. So, yeah, guys, like I said, I got this for a reasonable price. Retailers usually sell these for I think DLT or someone had them for like a split second the other day, and I want to say they were close to $6 something. I paid more than that, but not a lot. You know, secondary prices are up in the $7s on this guy, and that's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. But it is it's amazing. Like the quality, craftsmanship on these guys are fantastic. So I had to get one for myself. Not sure if it'll be a long-term keeper or not, but I had to try it out and see and give it a fair shake. I almost asked Jake to borrow it, but I ended up borrowing his 80-20. I didn't want to ask him for two super expensive knives at once. So, and it is his favorite knife in his collection, and I can see why it would be. And I think that's a very commonly shared theme for a lot of guys, is that the Arius is, you know, right at the top of their list. Yeah, the middle finger deployment is spot on. Yes, so I can see why this is an expensive knife, because it feels super premium and super well made. Made in Idaho, made in the US, small batches, fantastic. I would like to see a smaller version, and I know they're making a mini, but I think it's going to be too small, so I wish there was a medium Arius, somewhere between this and a small. I don't know what the mini dimensions are actually going to be, so I could be wrong, but it's a pretty good sized knife. I mean, the only knife I have next to me for comparison here is the Bailout, and the Bailout's quite a bit smaller. So it's a pretty big knife, which is my only hang up. But after handling Jake's and how light it was, I thought I could get used to that, because it's such a lightweight knife that, you know, the handle length is okay, you know, because you have plenty of handle length, that's for sure. I have medium-sized hands, and you can see I got a lot of handle left. So if you got big hands, I can see the Arius being a very desirable knife for you. Yeah, this thing is in mint condition. So the seller was definitely honest about that. Let's see how the edge is. Oh yeah. Oof. Feels pretty thin. Yes. There we go, guys. Unboxing a Grail. The Koenig Arius Gen 4. Just a plain titanium, you know. This is like probably the cheapest one you could buy. They get a lot more expensive from here, so, but these are phenomenal folders, guys. I've never owned one. So I'm curious, was always very curious to check out a Koenig. The mini goblin I always liked. Jake had one of those as well, but I preferred the size of this, actually, the mini goblin. I think that was a little too small. I wish people would make them in the medium size range because, you know, lots of reasons. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this unboxing of the Koenig Arius Gen 4. Let me know your thoughts down below, what you think about the Arius and Koenig knives in general. I'm super excited to own one for the time being. Like I said, not sure it's going to be a long-term keeper because of just the size of it. Will I carry it? You know what I mean? That kind of thing. I don't, you know me, if you follow my channel and you know my kind of philosophy, if I don't carry it, it gets sold. So if this doesn't get carried, it's going to get sold. But it's so light for its size. It's crazy. Like it's like just feels like a much smaller knife. I mean, it's the billet's lighter for sure, but the billet's aluminum. But you know, it's a much bigger knife and it's not much heavier than that. So the D10, oh my gosh, look at that. Boop. So you got multiple deployment methods. This isn't a review, so I'm just rambling at this point, but this thing is sick. So we'll see, guys. We'll see if this is a long-term keeper or not. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.